Hey YouTube, welcome. Today I would like to speak about a misconception of a fundamental game mechanic that will help you take your own decisions when having to forge equipment or upgrading commanders, or even just to understand better how a battle works. But before that, make sure you subscribe to the channel not to miss out to any future content and like the video if you think this will be helpful for you. As you probably already know, a battle takes place in 1 second turns. It means that in 10 seconds, we will have 10 turns. Do you see those little white numbers that appear on the top of your troops when attacking any target? Well, let's call that DPT, or damage per turn, which is the sum of the attack damage and the counterattack damage. Yes, you heard it right. Attack and counterattack, and not normal attack and counterattack. A common misconception in this game is that the attack of a troop equals to the normal attack plus the counterattack, when in fact it's the normal attack which is equal to the attack plus counterattack. Of course, one of the purposes of my channel is to motivate everything that I say with as many proofs that I can gather for you. To let you understand better, let's take a look at Joan of Arc's 4th skill, which increases the normal attack damage by 25%. So let's have a battle with our beloved Dragon Lancer, where we have no talents to interfere with the attack and counterattack at all. Of course, we notice that in the battle log, the damage that we deal with the attacks is equal to the damage that we deal with the counterattacks. And the DPT, or damage per turn, will be the sum of those numbers, attack and counterattack. Let's now repeat the same experiment, but this time I'll have Joan of Arc as secondary commander. The DPT is of course raising because of her 4th skill, but not in the way you will think. Looking at the battle log, you will see that both the attack damage and the counterattack damage have increased thanks to the effect of the skill. It's therefore obvious that normal attack damage is equal to the attack plus counterattack and not vice versa. So it's not a surprise that Attila deals so much DPT to the others when he's swarmed. His active skill is actually boosting his attack damage by 30% and the counterattack damage by 60%, which is the 30% already indicated in the skill description plus the 30% hidden in the normal attack damage increase. That's why it's not indicated to swarm an Attila, not because the normal attack damage causes more severely wounded. In fact, the skill damage causes a higher ratio of severely wounded, as we proved in this other video, and you can click the card up on the top to watch it if you haven't already. But the real question is this mechanic worded correctly in other commanders' skills, or there are some differences that may in some way mislead us? Well, let's discover it together. In this next experiment, I am using a Ramses, and I asked my friend Hoy Hunter, thanks to him, to swarm me with multiple marches while I am walking. So not directly attacking, but still inflicting counterattack damage to his marches. I'm doing this because, if I'm reading this correctly, the 4th skill activation is connected to the normal attack damage, and logic will suggest that also the counterattack damage can trigger the healing effect, but actually nothing happens. As you can see, I'm walking relentlessly and no green number appears on the top of my commander, and neither shows up in the battle log. Only when I stop and I attack one of his commanders, the healing actually starts working. But only when I inflict attack damage, as you can see in the turn 66 against Lancelot and in turn 116 against Pelagius, for example. Where does this lead us? To the fact that the secondary effects of items or commanders will be activated only when you are engaging actively. even if it's written normal attack damage. It's like this for every skill or equipment of the same type, unless differently indicated. That's, for example, a main difference between the Ring of Doom, the new equipment piece, and the Skola's Lucky Coin. You can see that the wording is very different. While the Ring of Doom requires you to inflict a complete normal attack damage to activate the effect, so attacking and counterattacking, the coin will increase your chances of activation if you are under a swarm, because each attack from the enemy will have the result of giving you a 10% chance of activation. Same speech for Julius Caesar's second skill, which effect was used by JWM2 in the Osiris League Season 2 in the Garrison, because they lacked commanders and they rightfully thought that the Caesar paired with the Richard primary would have helped in a swarm to reduce the damage constantly. There are many other effects deriving from commanders' skills that I will try to analyze in some of my next videos. A little spoiler for you, I made a table here, which you will find also in my Discord server, so make sure you join, you will find the link in the description below. And in this table, I have grouped the commander's effects in 4 macro categories: damaging, protecting, controlling, and weakening. Those were the names I chose, and I also put some commanders' pictures as example. I hope this video was helpful. Some of you have also asked when I will start live streaming. Well, at the moment I'm making and editing every video just with my iPad. I will start investing and buying some equipment very soon, and if you want to help the channel with a small tip, in the description of the video you will find my Streamlabs donation page. I thank you all from the bottom of my heart, and I will see you on the next one. Ciao!